Braces. Can we get them? Is it okay in Islam? It seems like just a simple dental thing, but it actually digs into some really deep ideas about our health, about beauty, and about our relationship with God's creation.
And really, this is the core of it all, isn't it? Are braces a medical tool that helps fix a real problem, or are they a cosmetic change that maybe crosses a line? So where exactly is that line? That's what we're going to figure out right now.
So, before we can even jump into the religious side of things, we've got to understand what braces are actually for. Because, believe it or not, it's often not just about getting a perfect smile. There are some pretty serious medical reasons a person might need them.
And when you look at these reasons, you see they're not minor issues at all. I mean, having a messed up bite can seriously affect how you chew and even digest your food. And crowded teeth? They're basically a nightmare to clean, which makes them a perfect spot for cavities and gum disease to start. For some folks, it can even cause chronic jaw pain or get in the way of how they speak. These are all totally legitimate health concerns that are way more than just skin deep.
Okay, so we've got a solid medical case for them. It's clear they can be a necessity, but the big question is still hanging there. How does Islamic law look at this? Does fixing a health problem count as changing God's creation? Let's get into it.
Well, it turns out the whole answer to whether braces are halal or haram, it actually boils down to one single, really powerful Islamic idea. And if you get this one concept, the entire ruling just clicks into place.
And that concept is niyat, your intention. There's a famous principle in Islamic law that basically says actions are judged by their intentions. So what really matters here isn't just what you're doing, it's why you're doing it.
And this is where it all snaps into focus. The respected Islamic scholar Ning Aimaz puts it perfectly. She says that wearing braces is totally permissible, as long as you have a gharadun shahih, which just means a correct and valid purpose. And she's super specific here. A medical purpose is valid, but doing it just for the sake of beautification, that's not.
So let's put it side by side. It makes it really clear. On one side, you've got a real medical need, what scholars might call an aib, or a defect. This is all about getting your health back on track and making sure your teeth work the way they're supposed to. But on the other side, you've got a purely cosmetic desire. Maybe you just want to follow a trend or change the look of teeth that are already perfectly healthy and functional. That difference, that's everything.
Okay, so with that core principle of intention locked in, we can finally get to the clear verdict from Islamic scholars. Are they allowed or are they forbidden?
And the answer is super clear. If your reason, your niyat for getting braces, is to treat a real medical problem, like fixing your bite, making your teeth easier to clean to prevent disease, or correcting a structural issue, then the overwhelming consensus among scholars is that it is halal. It's not viewed as an unnecessary change, it's seen as a type of medical treatment.
And it's not just one opinion. Another really well-known scholar, Buya Yahya, he completely reinforces this point. He even uses the term sanged boleh, which means very much allowed, especially when it's for health or to fix a dental issue that's causing real problems. The permission here is very strong, very clear.
Now, let's flip the coin. What if your teeth are healthy? They work just fine, you don't have any medical issues, but you want braces simply to make them look better. Well, in that case, the ruling is that it's haram, or forbidden.
And this ruling doesn't just come out of thin air. It's based on foundational texts like this hadith. And notice that key phrase, for beauty. The prohibition is aimed squarely at changing your body for purely aesthetic reasons, which is seen as altering God's creation. But, and this is super important, scholars like Imam an-Nawawi clarify that this does not apply when you're fixing a defect or treating an illness.
So this table just lays it all out nice and simple. If your intention is medical, to fix a defect and improve how your teeth work, it's considered a treatment and it's halal. But if the intention is purely cosmetic, to beautify teeth that already work just fine, it's considered an unnecessary change to God's creation and it's haram. See, it all goes right back to your niyat.
Now, let's say you've checked your intention, it's for a solid medical reason, and you're ready to move forward. Well, there's one more really critical piece to this puzzle that goes beyond Islamic law and straight to your physical health and safety.
You absolutely have to know the difference between a Dr. Gigi, who is a licensed dentist or orthodontist, and a Tukang Gigi, who is an unlicensed practitioner. A real dentist has years of formal medical training. They get the complex science of how to move teeth safely. A Tukang Gigi, on the other hand, they don't. In fact, legally they're only supposed to make simple removable dentures. That's it.
Seriously, going to an unlicensed person for something as complex as braces is just playing with fire. And we're not talking about small risks here. We're talking major infections from dirty tools, permanent damage to the roots of your teeth, or even losing your teeth for good. You could literally end up with a smile that's in worse shape than when you started. There's a reason this is an illegal practice. It puts your health in serious danger.
So as we wrap this up, we keep coming back to that one core idea. The entire religious ruling on getting braces really just boils down to one question that you have to ask yourself. What is my niyat? What is my intention? Is it to heal or is it for vanity?
So here's a simple 3-step guide to follow. First, be really honest with yourself and assess your need. Is there a genuine health reason here? Second, clarify your intention in your heart. Make sure your purpose is solid. And third, and this is non-negotiable, if you do go forward, always go to a licensed professional dentist. Your health is a trust from God, so you've got to protect it.
And that brings the question right back around to you. Now that you understand the principles, that line between treatment and vanity, between health and just